It has been a while, but now I'm finally back with another video from the Drylands. Today we're building in the middle of what is currently a bit of a messy area. I'm working on redoing the Kalahari and Namib Deserts area to get it more up to the same standard as the Sahara and the Nile area, which you might have seen here on the channel. A lot of this redoing is taking place off camera, since I believe a big part of it is not going to be that interesting as speed build videos. But I'll be sure to show it off one way or another at some point. So if you notice some stuff looking a bit unfinished or weird in the background, then that is why. But in the middle of this building mess I found a good spot for my meerkats. They already got a small habitat in the park, but I felt like putting them somewhere a bit more central, since they are a highlight for many people. So they are now among the first species you'll find when you enter this area. While the shape of the enclosure was pretty obvious when I started this, I didn't have much of a plan for what I wanted to do with it. Meerkat areas tend to be fairly simply made, but I didn't want it to get too boring to look at. So I tried some different things along the way, some of which I've cut out of the video. I did find a bit of inspiration in this concept art from Taronga Western Plains in Australia. But don't expect this to be the most extraordinary build. When you try to make realistic zoos, it's good to remember to make at least some of your habitats a bit less expensive looking. Even though this for a meerkat enclosure probably is not really in the cheap end. And what else is going on in this area at the moment? The enclosure you might be able to sense behind this is an area for gemsbok, springbok and ostrich. That habitat is among the first I did in this area of the park, and I wanted to upgrade it a little now. I do have the shape of it more or less done, but I still need some decoration and stuff like that. Besides from that, I've been working on a big staff area and a bit on the front of the park. And I also still need to work on the area here in front of the meerkats. It has been a bit of a slow process so far, because I ended up spending more time than expected on a habitat for the bare necessities competition. This is done now and can't be found as a blueprint on the workshop. You just have to look up my name there. Besides from that, the wait for a new DLC and some update news has been killing my motivation a bit. Hopefully we'll know something soon. I also don't really feel like diving into two big projects before we know what useful stuff the DLCs and the update might hold for us. Besides the before mentioned mixed species habitat and the meerkats, this area is also home to African wild dogs and African elephants. The wild dogs enclosure I'm still somewhat satisfied with for the most part. But the African elephant enclosure is a different story. I redone parts of it several times, but I've never reached a result I'm completely satisfied with. So I really need to figure that out somehow. While reworking this whole area, I also deleted the path leading to the area known as the Dry Bay. The Dry Bay worked like a sub-area to this section, but I think I'm going to take down most of it. Some buildings are already saved as blueprints and others I might keep in the park. Overall, I just didn't feel like the theme of this area looked good in this zoo, even though I kind of liked the concept of it. The flamingos already found a new home in the Oasis aviary, which you might already have seen in another video. Lately I've also been working on some wall decorations around the park using billboards, decal pieces and illustrations from my collection of old animal books. The process behind these I think we will cover in another video, but you'll get to see one of them at the end of this video when I show off the finished enclosure. When this whole Kalahari and Namib Desert has been upgraded, then we'll also check out this enclosure again so we can see how it fits in with the upcoming guest area in front of it. I guess this habitat wouldn't be too complicated to turn into a blueprint, so I might consider doing that if you're interested in it. So let me know in the comments. I hope you have enjoyed this little video here from the Drylands, and don't forget to leave it a like if you did so. I've also recently passed 300 subscribers, making me a bit hopeful that I might be able to reach 500 this year. If you want to help me get that, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And now we're about to reach the end of the speed build, so let's have a look at the completed enclosure.